एहसास न्याय का सबके लिए, आकाश न्याय का सबके लिए, उल्लास न्याय का सबके लिए, विश्वास न्याय का सबके लिए। अपने इस हिंदुस्तान पर हक हमारा भी तो है, इंसाफ के इस आशिया पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
Executive Chairperson, Delhi State Legal Services Authority, Honorable Ms. Justice Rekha Palli, Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, Honorable High Court of Delhi, and all the judges of Honorable High Court of Delhi gracing the occasion today, I welcome you all to the first milestone ceremony of Project Arushi. I warmly welcome the Registrar General, Registrar of Vigilance, respected Principal District and Sessions Judges, Principal Judges Family Court, gracing the occasion today. I extend a warm welcome to Shri Mukesh Kumar Gupta, Learned Member Secretary, Delhi State Legal Services Authority, and the Secretaries of DSLSA and DLSAs. We also welcome amidst us Shri Ashok Kumar, Secretary Education, Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi, and other officers of the Directorate of Education, the principals of various government schools of Delhi, the EVGCs, teachers, and all the dear students present here. With great honor and delight, I, Jyoti Maheshwari, Secretary, Central District Legal Services Authority, extend a warm welcome to each of you on the first milestone ceremony of the project Arushi. Arushi, arthat Suraj ki pehli kiran, the first ray of sunlight. Much like its name, Project Arushi has been a one-of-its-kind attempt to make the educational and vocational guidance counselors, EVGCs, legally literate, empowered, and attains its first milestone today. To start on an auspicious note, may I now humbly request our Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Justice, and the esteemed dignitaries to proceed towards lighting the lamp, which is symbolic of hope, wisdom, and invokes the blessings of Almighty.
कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिः स्वच्छां हि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठेत् गृहे दीपः तस्य नास्ति दरिद्रता शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम्.
To commence to the ceremony today, I invite to the stage Shri Mukesh Kumar Gupta, Learned Member Secretary, DALSA, to shed light on Project Arushi and deliver the welcome address.
Most revered Honorable the Chief Justice of Delhi and Patron-in-Chief, Delhi State Legal Services Authority, Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma sir. Honorable the Executive Chairperson, Delhi State Legal Services Authority, Mr. Justice Siddharth Medul. Honorable Ms. Justice Rekha Palli, Judge, High Court of Delhi, and Chairperson, Honorable Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Delhi. Shri Vinod Kumar, Learned Principal District and Sessions Judge West. Shri Amit Yadav, Chairperson, NDMC. Learned Principal District and Sessions Judges of other districts, Learned Family Judges. My Secretaries of DSLSA, Shri Naveen Gupta, Mridul Gupta, and Abhinav Pandey. Shri Ashok Kumar, Secretary Education, Government of City of Delhi. Shri Himanshu Gupta, Director Education. Dr. Neeraj, Deputy Director Education, EVCG. Secretaries of DLSA Central and West, Rishika Srivastav and Heli Furkaur. Other secretaries, distinguished guests, wonderful children, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to all of you. It's my proud privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all the esteemed dignitaries and guests who've gathered here today on this beautiful morning for the first milestone ceremony of the project Arushi, Umeed ki Kiran. As the name implies, Arushi symbolizes the first ray of sunlight, shining bright, brilliant and radiant. It depicts a beacon of hope, illuminating light and dispelling all forms of darkness. Project Arushi was conceived under the constant support of our Honorable Visionary Patron-in-Chief, Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, and executed and regularly guided under the able guidance of our ever-sensitive Honorable Executive Chairperson, Mr. Justice Siddharth Medul. There has been constant support and guidance from the Honorable Chairperson of Juvenile Justice Committee, Mr. Justice Rekha Palli. The project is a joint initiative of Delhi State Legal Services Authority, its Central and West District Authorities, and Directorate of Education, Government of City of Delhi. This initiative represents an important step in our continuous quest for legally literate society where law and legal institutions are approachable and accessible to all. Children, as they know, are God's most cherished creations as they personify innocence and honesty. Yet, there's not a single day that passes by without a report of violence against them. These occurrences reported in newspapers, electronics media and social media in itself are enough to shock our collective conscience, and perhaps the magnitude of unreported incidents that occur on a daily basis is incomprehensible. Despite the children being an entitled category under Section 12 of the Legal Services Authorities Act 1987 for free legal services, many of them are unable to avail these services for enforcing their rights. The reason is obvious: ignorance of law and accessibility to available infrastructure. It is our constitutional duty and statutory mandate to conduct legal literacy and awareness programs so as to empower the target beneficiaries under the Act. To achieve this, we have been constantly making endeavors to reach out to each and every beneficiary, including children, by applying a variety of innovative approaches and at places most accessible to them. As per data available, there are about 62 lakh school children across Delhi, with about 17 lakh studying in government schools managed by Directorate of Education directly. Project Arushi was first step where we adopted a unique approach to reach out to these children by what we call is trickle-down approach. This approach involves working with educational and vocational guidance counselors, the EVGCs, who are employed in government schools. These counselors play an important role in shaping the students and helping them navigate through difficult situations. The idea is to empower and equip these guidance counselors and through them the children at large. I must tell you that before we launched the project, there was extensive groundwork which was done, and interactions were held not only with the officers of Directorate of Education, these EVCGs, but also children, so as to identify the key areas for their capacity building. From the groundwork, one important thing has come to our knowledge, and I must share with you that when a student approaches these guidance counselors with academic, emotional, and behavioral issues, they never tell you what the real problem is. They will come to the guidance counselor and say कि सर मैं मेरा पढ़ाई में मन नहीं लग रहा, या आजकल मैं सोकर नहीं उठ पाता हूँ. So when we delve deeper to know the reasons, the underlying cause of these issues are found to have socio-legal overtones, such as domestic violence at home, substance abuse, and quite often physical and sexual exploitation of these children, and that too by their nears and dears also. While these guidance counselors, some of whom are present here, are able to provide emotional and psychological support to the children in need, they often find themselves unable to counsel these children appropriate legal remedies in our justice delivery system. This project was launched on 31st of July 2023 with 475 guidance counselors, thereby targeting about 13,15,282 government school students. This was the first step. The counselors were divided into 4 batches and were trained across Delhi. There were dedicated sessions taken by the judicial officers and other experts in the field on subjects like right to free legal aid and legal services, Legal Services Authorities Act, right to access to a civil and criminal courts in Delhi, the hierarchy of courts, cyber safety, law relating to children including POCSO and Juvenile Justice Act, and laws relating to women including domestic violence. Additionally, since these EVCGs are working in the schools and were having very faint idea about how these institutions work, they were practically exposed to the actual working of these legal institutions by taking them for field visits. These visits were organized in district courts, vulnerable witness deposition complexes, child care institutions, Tihar jail, observation homes, drug addiction centers, rehabilitation centers, and even police stations. Today, the Honorable Chief Justice of Delhi shall be also launching a dedicated handbook which has been curated for them. When I stand here today, we are filled with profound sense of contentment as we observe that the project, which commenced modestly with the aim of empowering only guidance counselors to enhance their accessibility and approachability to legal and judicial institutions, is already yielding positive results. The trained counselors have reportedly modulated their approach while dealing with socio-legal issues faced by the children and have started offering practical solutions. I am sure that with time they will bridge the gap between the children who are in need of legal services and the legal services institutions. The core desire behind this initiative is a dream of tomorrow, where every child grows up in an abuse-free environment. His innocence is protected, his aspirations are encouraged, obstacles are faced with determination, and his rights are safeguarded. Together, we shall nurture a culture of legal awareness and propagate the ideals of distributive justice. As Mahatma Gandhi has once said, Antodaya, upliftment of the last, and through Antodaya, Sarvodaya, an equitable society free from any kind of exploitation. Let us create a better tomorrow where legal knowledge is not a privilege of few, but is a right of all. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your address and explaining to us the thought behind the initiation of this novel project. Sir, as the team leader, has led us from the front and provided guidance at every crucial juncture. Proceeding further, we will now have a short video showcasing the highlights of Project Arushi, where we hear from our EVGCs as to how the project has enriched them.
खालसा की ट्रेनिंग से सबसे बड़ा फायदा मुझे ये हुआ कि मेरे अंदर का जो डर था कोर्ट का, जजेस का, लॉयर्स का, वो कम हुआ। मैं आगे बच्चों को भी जरूर बताऊंगा कि किसी भी तरह की अगर रिपोर्ट उनके साथ अगर ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है तो वो उस चीज को चुप ना बैठें, उस डर से ऊपर उठें और आगे आकर उस चीज को रिपोर्ट करें। खालसा की ट्रेनिंग और फील्ड विजिट से हमें बहुत कुछ जानने को मिला, इसकी पॉक्सो एक्ट के बारे में, राइट टू फ्री लीगल एड कि कौन किन किन लोगों को ये चीज मिल सकती है। उम्मीद करते जो हमारे बच्चे हैं कभी उनको इसकी जरूरत ना पड़े, लेकिन फिर भी उनको इस बारे में पता होना चाहिए कि उनके पास भी एक फ्री लीगल एड का एक ऑप्शन है। इसके अलावा पॉक्सो की ट्रेनिंग हमने अपने स्कूल्स में पॉक्सो की ट्रेनिंग कराई, टीचर्स के लिए भी उनको अच्छी जानकारी दी। जैसा हमें यहाँ से जो जजेस से जानकारी मिली वो सब हमने अपने टीचर्स के साथ और बच्चों के साथ शेयर की। थैंक यू।
जैसे बच्चे मेरे पास आते हैं साइबर क्राइम के बारे में शिकायत लेकर, या पॉक्सो के बारे में, या बुलिंग को लेकर, या कई बार उनकी मदर के साथ कोई डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस होता है, तो इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम लेकर जब मेरे पास आते थे तो मेरे पास कोई खास वैलिड सपोर्ट करने के लिए आंसर्स नहीं होते थे। ये ट्रेनिंग ने मुझे इतना एम्पावर एंड एनलाइटेंड किया है कि मैं उन बच्चों की क्वारीज को अच्छे से बता सकती हूँ। पर अबव ऑल मेरे पास एक ऐसा नंबर है 1516 जो कि मैं बच्चों को दे सकती हूँ किसी भी तरह की लीगल एड के लिए। आई एम रियली वेरी थैंकफुल टू DLSA फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग सच अ वंडरफुल ट्रेनिंग। थैंक यू सो मच।
इससे पहले हमें बस ये पता था कि हम बच्चों को इमोशनल सपोर्ट कैसे प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं, बट नाउ विद द ट्रेनिंग एंड विद द प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपोजर वी ऑल्सो नो व्हाट आर द फैसिलिटीज विच आर एक्चुअली देयर अपार्ट फ्रॉम द इमोशनल सपोर्ट विच वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग।
बीइंग ए काउंसलर हमें इससे बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प मिलेगी, क्योंकि हम ग्राउंड पे काम करते हैं बच्चों के साथ, और बच्चों के जो अधिकतर इश्यूज आते हैं वो टीजिंग के आते हैं, या बुलिंग के आते हैं, या पॉक्सो रिलेटेड होते हैं। तो इस प्रोग्राम से हमें आगे हेल्प मिलेगी कि किस तरीके से अगर हमें कोई बच्चा आके रिपोर्ट करता है इस केस को, तो क्या हमारे पास एक लीगल रास्ता है और कौन कौन से तरीके हैं जिनके द्वारा हम इस केस को, जो पर्टिकुलर केस आया, उसको डील कर सकते हैं।
Hope you enjoyed watching the video highlights. John F. Kennedy said, and I quote, "A child miseducated is a child lost." In the context of today, where our children are facing extremely challenging situations and are finding it difficult to cope up, the legal knowledge and the skills provided to the counselors, the EVGCs, will indeed be a guiding light to protect our dear students from abuse and misleading information. इस समारोह को और यादगार बनाने के लिए स्कूली विद्यार्थियों ने एक बेहतरीन सांस्कृतिक प्रस्तुति तैयार की है। इस श्रृंखला में मैं सबसे पहले मनीबेन पटेल सर्वोदय कन्या विद्यालय GT रोड शाहदरा विद्यालय की छात्राओं को मंच पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगी, जिनकी प्रस्तुति हमारे देश के शहीदों और वीर सैनिकों को समर्पित है।
मेरी ज़मीं अफसोस नहीं जो तेरे लिए 100 दर्द सहे, महफूज रहे तेरी आन सदा, चाहे जान मेरी ये रहे न रहे। मेरी ज़मीं महबूब मेरी, मेरी नस नस में तेरा इश्क बहे, फीका न पड़े कभी रंग तेरा, जिस्मों से निकल के खून कहे। तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा, गुल बन के मैं खिल जावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। तेरी नदियों में बह जावा, तेरी फसलों में लहरावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू।
मरघट तक है तेरी कहानी, पग पग प्यारे दंगल दंगल रे दंगल दंगल। सूरज तेरा चढ़ता ढलता गर्दिश में करते हैं तारे, दंगल दंगल रे दंगल दंगल।
झुके तेरे आगे सर, तेरी गोद मेरा घर है, तुझे सलाम इंडिया। झुके तेरे आगे सर, तेरी गोद मेरा घर है, तुझे सलाम इंडिया।
इस प्रस्तुति के लिए आपका हार्दिक आभार। इस प्रस्तुति ने हम सब में एक नई ऊर्जा और नई प्रेरणा का संचार किया है। यकीनन सही कहा गया है, ऊर्जा से भरा योग है नृत्य, हर लेता सारे रोग नृत्य, खुशियों का स्रोत है नृत्य, जीवन जीने का शोध है नृत्य। अब हमारे समक्ष इसी श्रृंखला में हमारी सांस्कृतिक धरोहर की एक और मनमोहक प्रस्तुति है। इतिहास के पन्नों में झांका जाए तो करीबन 700 वर्ष पूर्व सूफीवाद और सूफी परंपरा का भारतीय संस्कृति में समावेश के पश्चात कव्वाली सूफीवाद की संगीत की लोकप्रिय धारा के रूप में उभर कर आई है। कव्वाली में गायकों का समूह विभिन्न वाद्य यंत्रों की सहायता से सूफी संत की उपासना में किसी गीत को प्रस्तुत करते हैं और सभी प्रस्तुति में डूब जाते हैं। We have a beautiful Qawwali performance put together by the students of Mata Sundari School, SBV Rouse Avenue School, SBV number 1 Jama Masjid, and Government Boys Senior Secondary School, Bela Road. All the students are from the standards 6 to 12. I request you all to welcome the students with a huge round of applause.
सामने खड़ा हूं, ठीक है। हेलो हेलो
हेलो हेलो
हेलो हेलो
हेलो हेलो
इजाज़त है सर, इजाज़त है। लाली मोरे लाल की सोजित देखूं तेला, लाली मोरे लाल की सोजित देखूं तेला, लाली बैखण में गई ते मैं भी हो गई लाल। ओ लाल मोरी पत, लाल मोरी पत रखियो बाला झूले लालन, लाल मोरी पत रखियो बाला झूले लालन। ओ लाल मोरी पत रखियो बाला झूले लालन, सिंदरी दा सखी शाबाश कलंदर, कलंदर अली दा पहला नंबर, दमादम मंदे अंदर। ओ लाल मोरी पति रखियो बाला, पति रखियो बाला, पति रखियो बाला, पति रखियो बाला। हाँ पति रखियो ना रखियो ते हारी मारी दी, रखियो ना रखियो ते हारी मारी दी, रखियो ना रखियो ते हारी मारी दी। बदनामी तो हो गई उम्र भर की, पति रखियो लाल, मौला अली जी पति, मौला अली जी पति रखियो लाल झूले लालन, सिंदरी सेवर सखी शाबाज कलंदर, कलंदर अली दा पहला नंबर, हो लाल मोरी, हो लाल मोरी। चार चराग तेरे बलन हमेशा, चार चराग तेरे बलन हमेशा, वो तो बलनी हमेशा, वो तो बलने हमेशा, वो तो बलने हमेशा, वो तो बलने हमेशा। हाँ चार चराग तेरे बलनी हमेशा, चार चराग तेरे बलनी हमेशा, चार चराग तेरे बलनी हमेशा। पंजवा में बालन, पंजवा में बालन आयो बाला झूले लालन, हो पंजवा में बालन, हो आई बाला पंजवा में बालन, हो आई बाला पंजवा में बालन आयो भला झूलेलाल सिंदरी दा सेवण दा सखी शाबाश कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दा पहला नंबर अली दम दम दे अंदर सखी शाबाश कलंदर हो लाल मोरी हो लाल मोरी दुखियारी मरदी जावा मैं दुखियारी मरदी जावा मैं ते मरदी जावा मैं ते मरदी जावा मैं ते मरदी जावा मैं ते मरदी जावा हाँ मैं दुखियारी मरदी जावा मैं दुखियारी मरदी जावा मैं दुखियारी मरदी जावा नजर करो ते कर दी जावा नजर करो ते मरदी जावा नजर करो ते कर दी जावा नजर करो ते मरदी जावा कोई नहीं मेरा तेरे सिवा झूले कोई नहीं मेरा तेरे सिवा कोई नहीं तेरे सिवा कोई नहीं मेरा तेरे सिवा मेरा तेरे सिवा मेरा तेरे सिवा झूले लालड़ सिंदरी दा सेवर दा सखी शाबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दा पहला नंबर दमादम अंदर सखी शाबाज कलंदर हो लाल मोरी हो लाल मोरी पीरा वे मेरा पीर सब दवली है 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 वो तो 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 सब पीरा वे मेरा पीर सब दवली है पीरा वे मेरा पीर सब दवली है पीरा वे मेरा पीर सब दवली है लक़ब सतुल्ला ते नाम अली है लक़ब सतुल्ला ते नाम अली है लक़ब सतुल्ला ते नाम अली है नाम अली बेड़ा पारी लगा झूलेला नाम अली बेड़ा पारी लगा झूलेला नाम अली बेड़ा पारी लगा नाम अली बेड़ा पारी लगा नाम अली बेड़ा पारी लगा बेड़ा पारी लगा बेड़ा पारी लगा बेड़ा पारी लगा झूलेलाल सिंदरी दा सेवर दा सखी शाबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर अली दा पहला नंबर हो लाल मोरी पति रखियो बाला पति रखियो बाला पति रखियो बाला पति रखियो बाला झूले लालण सिंदरी दा सेवर दा सखी शाबाज कलंदर दमादम मस्त कलंदर हो लाल मोरी मस्ती कलंदर मस्ती कलंदर मस्ती कलंदर मस्त मस्ती कलंदर मस्ती कलंदर मस्ती कलंदर मस्त मस्ती कलंदर मस्ती कलंदर मस्ती कलंदर मस्त
तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट बयान कर रही है कि वाकई में इस प्रस्तुति ने हम सबको मंत्रमुग्ध कर दिया है। मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगी कि इस प्रस्तुति में 2 छात्र एंग्लो अरबिक स्कूल से भी हैं जो अपनी धरोहर को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं।
एहसास न्याय का सबके लिए, आकाश न्याय का सबके लिए, उल्लास न्याय का सबके लिए, विश्वास न्याय का सबके लिए। अपने इस हिंदुस्तान पर हक हमारा भी तो है, इंसाफ के इस आशिया पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक एहसास न्याय का सबके लिए, आकाश न्याय का सबके लिए, उल्लास न्याय का सबके लिए, विश्वास न्याय का सबके लिए। अपने इस हिंदुस्तान पर हक हमारा भी तो है, इंसाफ के इस आशिया पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
ये ना सोचो दर्द हमारा कहीं सुना न जाएगा, अब न्यायालय खुद चलकर चौपालों तक आएगा।
लाचारों को न्याय मिलेगा, दुखियारों को न्याय मिलेगा, कमजोरों को न्याय मिलेगा, मजलूमों को न्याय मिलेगा। अपने इस हिंदुस्तान पर हक हमारा भी तो है, उम्मीदों के इस गुलसितां पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए।
With this, as we now step into the second leg of the ceremony, I humbly invite to the dais Honorable the Chief Justice Shri Satish Chandra Sharma Patron-in-Chief DSLSA, Honorable Mr. Justice Siddharth Mridul, Executive Chairperson DSLSA, Honorable Ms. Justice Rekha Palli, Chairperson Juvenile Justice Committee, Honorable High Court of Delhi, Shri Vinod Kumar, Learned Principal District and Sessions Judge West District, Ms. Barkha Gupta, Officiating Principal District and Sessions Judge Headquarters, Shri Mukesh Gupta, Member Secretary DSLSA, and Shri Ashok Kumar, Secretary Education, Government of NCT of Delhi, and Shri Amit Yadav, Chairman NDMC. Thank you, respected sirs and ma'ams. I would first request Shri Vinod Kumar, Learned Principal District and Sessions Judge, West District, to kindly welcome our Chief Guest, Honorable the Chief Justice, by presenting a potted plant. I now invite Shri Mukesh Kumar Gupta, Member Secretary DSLSA, to present a token of respect to our Chief Guest for the event, Honorable the Chief Justice. The memento is a unique one and highlights the rich arts and crafts of India. I now invite Ms. Barkha Gupta, Learned Officiating Principal District and Sessions Judge Headquarters, to present a potted plant to Honorable Mr. Justice Siddharth Mridul. I now request Shri Naveen Gupta, Special Secretary, DSLSA, to present a token of gratitude to Honorable Justice Mridul. I would now request Shri Mridul Gupta, Additional Secretary, DSLSA, to present a potted plant to Honorable Ms. Justice Rekha Palli. I now call upon Shri Abhinav Pandey, Secretary Litigation, DSLSA, to present a token of gratitude to Honorable Ms. Justice Palli. I now request Ms. Saima Jain, Secretary DLSA East, to welcome Shri Ashok Kumar, Secretary Education, Government NCT of Delhi, by presenting to him a potted plant. I now request Ms. Anuradha Jindal, Secretary DLSA Southwest, to present a token of gratitude to Sir. I now request Shri Vineek Jain, Secretary DLSA, to welcome Shri Amit Yadav, Chairman NDMC. With this, we proceed further, and I'd like to invite Shri Ashok Kumar, Secretary Education, Government of NCT of Delhi, to address this august gathering.
नमस्कार। माननीय मुख्य अतिथि श्री न्यायमूर्ति सतीश चंद्र शर्मा, मुख्य न्यायाधीश दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय एवं संरक्षक प्रमुख DSLSA, माननीय सम्मानित अतिथि श्री न्यायमूर्ति सिद्धार्थ मृदुल, न्यायाधीश दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय एवं कार्यकारी अध्यक्ष DSLSA, माननीय विशेष अतिथि सुश्री न्यायमूर्ति रेखापल्ली, न्यायाधीश दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय और अध्यक्ष माननीय किशोर न्याय समिति और दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय के अन्य माननीय न्यायाधीश श्री मुकेश कुमार गुप्ता, सदस्य सचिव DSLSA, श्री विनोद कुमार, प्रधान जिला एवं सत्र न्यायाधीश पश्चिम, सुश्री बरखा गुप्ता, प्रधान जिला एवं सत्र न्यायाधीश मुख्यालय, चेयरमैन NDMC श्री अमित यादव जी, डायरेक्टर एजुकेशन हिमांशु गुप्ता जी, डायरेक्टर सोशल वेलफेयर, अन्य गणमान्य व्यक्तिगण, एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट के डिप्टी डायरेक्टर्स, HOS, EVGCs और प्यारे बच्चों, सभी का अरुषि उम्मीद की किरण कार्यक्रम के समापन समारोह पर हार्दिक अभिनंदन एवं स्वागत है। किसी भी समाज और राष्ट्र के निर्माण और विकास के लिए वहाँ की ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, उनका डेवलप होना बहुत ज़रूरी है और ह्यूमन रिसोर्स के डेवलपमेंट के लिए वहाँ के ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेस, बच्चे, युवा सभी का स्वास्थ्य, हैप्पी और योग्य एवं निपुण होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो मैं यहाँ पर योग्य और निपुणता की बात नहीं करूँगा, मैं यहाँ स्वास्थ्य और हैप्पीनेस की बात करूँगा, क्योंकि ये ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज के जितनी अर्ली स्टेजेस पे ये दो चीज़ें आ जाती है, बाकी दो चीज़ों की उतनी ही पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट में केयर हो जाती है। और ये दोनों चीज़ें हमारे बच्चों से जुड़ी हुई है, क्योंकि अर्ली स्टेज हमारे बच्चों की ही होती है जो स्टूडेंट लाइफ में गुजर रहे होते हैं। अगर बच्चों का जीवन, स्कूल का परिवेश, समाज का परिवेश एक पॉजिटिव परिवेश है, वहाँ कोई डेविएशंस नहीं है या बच्चा कोई भी कुसंगति या कुरीति या इलीगल चीज़ों में इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, तो डेफिनेटली बच्चे का माइंड पॉजिटिव थिंग्स की तरफ जाएगा और देश के विकास में बहुत योगदान करता है। अदरवाइज जो उदाहरण देखने को मिलते हैं बच्चों में आपसी झगड़ा, वाद विवाद, ड्रग्स अब्यूज, तंबाकू सेवन, लिकर सेवन, चाइल्ड लेबर, साइबर क्राइम्स, सोशल अब्यूज आदि तरह की जो मानसिक और शारीरिक प्रताड़नाएं बच्चे को झेलनी पड़ती है, उससे बच्चे का एजुकेशन की तरफ से माइंड डाइवर्ट होता है। और जितने भी इफ़र्ट्स हमारे किए जाते हैं बच्चे में स्किल्स डालने के लिए, बच्चे को एजुकेट करने के लिए, वो सारे हमारे निरर्थक हो जाते हैं। इन्हीं सब चीज़ों को देखते हुए EVGCs का रोल महत्वपूर्ण आता है। आप लोगों की अभी यहाँ सब EVGCs भी बैठे हुए हैं, HOS भी बैठे हुए हैं, तरह तरह की ट्रेनिंग समय समय पे की जाती है ताकि बच्चे के मनोविज्ञान को आप बहुत अच्छे से समझते हैं। आपने साइकोलॉजी में एक्सपीरियंस लिया हुआ है और बच्चा ऐसा नहीं है कि बच्चे पे कुछ थोप दी जाए तो बच्चा समझ जाएगा। बच्चे को तरीके से हैंडल किया जाता है और इस चीज़ की एक्सपर्टीज आपके पास है, लेकिन इसी एक्सपर्टीज में आपको और स्किल बनाने के लिए, आपको और रिसोर्सफुल बनाने के लिए जो लीगल एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, बच्चे के क्या क्या अधिकार हैं, या बच्चे को समझाने के लिए कि बच्चों अगर ये चीज़ आप करते हो तो इस चीज़ को रोकने के लिए क्या क्या लीगल एनेक्टमेंट्स और रूल रेगुलेशंस बनाए हुए हैं भारत में, ताकि बच्चा उन चीज़ों की तरफ डाइवर्ट ना हो। इसी चीज़ के लिए आपको स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग दी गई थी DSLSA की तरफ से, ताकि आप और भी रिसोर्सफुल बने। और क्योंकि हर बच्चे से डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट DSLSA का भी नहीं होता है और उच्च स्तर का भी नहीं होता है, लेकिन आप EVGCs और HOS हर स्कूल में अवेलेबल हैं। आप बच्चे को अच्छी तरीके से समझते हैं, आप और भी चीज़ों पे बच्चों को पूरी तरह से परामर्श देते हैं। तो इसी वजह से आपको इन लीगल इश्यूज़ की, लीगल एक्ट्स जो बने हुए हैं उसमें फर्स्ट है प्रिवेंशन। आपको एक्ट्स की डिफरेंट रूल्स की ट्रेनिंग दी गई ताकि बच्चे को प्रिवेंटिव कर सके। आप पहले ही कोई भी गलत चीज़ है बच्चा करने से पहले उसको रोका जा सके, वो सबसे बढ़िया उपाय है, ताकि कोई भी गलत चीज़ है उसको फर्स्ट स्टेज पे ही आप रोक दें। इसी तरह की आपको ट्रेनिंग दी गई है और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप सभी EVGCs और HOS इस सब का फायदा उठा के बच्चों के भविष्य को बेहतर बनाने के लिए अपनी कुशलता का उपयोग करेंगे। और मैं शुक्रगुजार हूं DSLSA का कि जिन्होंने हमारे EVGCs को ट्रेनिंग दी और फ्यूचर में भी आने वाली हमारी ट्रेनिंग्स को उनमें पूरा वो सहयोग देंगे। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सर, आपके प्रेरणादायक संबोधन के लिए आपका हार्दिक आभार। I would now like to invite Shri Amit Yadav, Chairman NDMC, to please share a few words.
Honorable Justice Satish Chand Sharma ji, Honorable Justice Shri Siddharth Midul ji, Honorable Madam Justice Rekha Palli, the other senior judges from the Delhi Judicial Service, Higher Judicial Services who are on dais and off dais, the officers from the Department of Education, Department of Social Welfare, the various councillors and students. At the outset, I should thank the Delhi State Legal Services Authority and especially Justice Midul, who has been kind enough to invite me to say a few words, for which I was totally unprepared. But since NDMC also runs a number of schools, actually 43 schools, both in Hindi medium and English medium, and there are total around 28,000 students with almost more than 1,000 teachers. I think so it's time DSLSA also looks at NDMC. That's what I'm requesting, sir, for the councillors we have and for the school principals and heads of school for this kind of initiative which has been taken for the Directorate of Education. We also have been on our own from NDMC organizing such programs, especially for our principals and heads of school, with regard to the awareness of JJ Act and with regard to the awareness of POXCO Act. And very recently, a month back, we had got a session where all the teachers were there and all these principals were there. And I think so that's one of the important first step, which is becoming aware. Once the sensitivity is there, once it's awareness that it's not about physical, it's not about mental, but it's also psychological development of the child, which requires a sensitivity, which requires awareness. And I think so also at times it is important that law is, and the law which exists in the country is made aware. And we have achieved that, but I think so we have still a long way to go in this regard. The psychological development is a very important component for the child, because through the principals, through the counselors and through the teachers, that is one aspect which makes a difference in the long run for years to come, for being not only a personality development, but also being confident in whichever sphere of life you're working. Being aware of the law is also a first step towards empowerment. And I think so with the way the IT and the social media and the cyber access which is available to students, there is a need to be made students aware of what is happening in this, what are the do's and don'ts, and the importance of how it can lead to challenges and a difficult time for students. So I welcome all of you, and at the same time, I'm specifically thanks to Delhi State Legal Services Authority for organizing this program and also for inviting me to be part of this program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable perspectives and for your unwavering support. यदि मार्गदर्शन सही तो एक छोटा सा दीपक भी सूर्य से कम नहीं. With this thought in mind, Delhi State Legal Services Authority has launched a new and transformative initiative which holds the promise of creating lasting positive change in our community. This initiative is centered around strengthening the bond between our educational institutions and the families we serve, thereby fostering an environment of collaboration, support, and mutual growth. I would now like to invite our chief guest, Honorable the Chief Justice, to launch the e-initiative of DSLSA for outreach to children and their parents with a click of a button. It gives me immense pride to share that as the Honorable Chief Justice has launched this e-initiative, we would have all received an SMS on our mobile devices educating us about Delhi State Legal Services Authority and its activities. Yes. All of you can now open your phones and check the message which has been delivered to your devices. Moving forward, I now respectfully welcome our special guest for the event, Honorable Ms. Justice Rekha Palli, Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, Delhi High Court. Justice Palli's contributions extend far beyond the courtroom, and her untiring efforts towards the betterment of juveniles has inspired us all to continue striving forward. I humbly invite ma'am to share the motivational address.
Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, Chief Justice, Delhi High Court. Justice Siddharth Mridul, Executive Chairman, DSLSA. Members of the DSLSA, Mr. Ashok Kumar, Secretary Education. Mr. Amit Yadav, Chairman, NDMC. Ladies and gentlemen, and all the young children, though I don't know, they've performed so well. Such a mesmerizing performance they've given. Where they've gone, but I don't know. Are they there still? Yes, they're there. Some of them are good. You really enchanted us. Both the performances over. It's my real pleasure to be here, to be given this opportunity, though I'm not a part of this committee, but still given an opportunity to be here at this event when you're celebrating the first milestone of such an initiative, which is going to going to help not only the children otherwise, but the JJC, it will help our committee, the JJC, in achieving its goals. Legal literacy, as always, I've always felt, is a pivotal point for having an informed society. As a member of the profession, during my years in the bar and the bench, I've always seen a lot of people don't even know their basic rights and remedies. That is where, and they don't know what to do. That is why they keep entangled in legal complications, where even when it's an interpretation of a contract, they don't understand because nobody has given them that. They don't understand, like especially nowadays we see cyber crimes, people don't understand because they don't know the law. POCSO, people don't know they have to complain. So this is where legal literacy plays a very, very important role. The concept of legal literacy for children is even more important, because ultimately the children are very, very innocent people who don't know. They will get lost unless they are given this knowledge of law. And that is where this program Arushi, which the DLSA has launched, is going to go a long way. As I always say, the Juvenile Justice Act has made provisions that for children we must have friendly mechanisms, so that even if they make mistakes, they don't have to be punished, they have to be reformed. So for children, this kind of an initiative will go a long, long way. What I would want to say is that because the Juvenile Justice Committee has been doing a lot of work, I have seen as a chairman that a lot of juveniles are entangled in legal problems without knowing what their rights are. They don't know what the remedies they have. So they get lost. And that is where this initiative by the DLSA, where they have now reached schools. The Directorate of Education must be commended for this, for doing this, and for taking this initiative to go and train these counselors. The counselors they have a very, very great connect with the children who may not, even at home, I don't know how many children there are, they will say, there may be things which they don't tell their parents, but they must be discussing with the counselors. So counselors actually play a role. They can guide the children much more than maybe at times parents also. Though it's the duty of parents also, of course, the teachers, the system. The entire system has to do it. But if our counselors, these specialized counselors in the government schools are doing such a fantastic job. And I saw the film there where we were saying that we have been interacting and we get to know things which the children don't disclose to others. The DSLSA was quick to notice that these counselors were doing their duty, but without knowledge of law, without knowledge of the basic procedures, they were not able to come with a solution for children who had legal problems. So now, with this basic training, they are going to go a long way. And then I hope now this program, which is one of the most innovative programs, I must congratulate Mr. Gupta, the Member Secretary of the DSLSA, who under the able guidance of Honorable the Chief Justice and Justice Mridul has taken this initiative and thought of this program. And in such a short span, so many EVGCs have been trained. I hope that this program goes further, and even private schools. I have been saying this in my meetings in the state level consultations in the Juvenile Justice Committee, that it's not only children in government schools who need help. We have to realize that even in public schools, children need this kind of help. And Mr. Gupta, I hope you will take this program, extend this program with the help of the Directorate of Education to public schools also, and train people there who are dealing with children. With that, I will congratulate the DSLSA for this initiative and wish them all the best for it.
Thank you very much, respected ma'am, for your kind words of encouragement and inspiration. Ma'am, DSLSA is continuously striving forward to fulfill the constitutional mandate of access to justice for all and to secure every right for every child. I now take this opportunity to request our honorable dignitaries to felicitate the EVGCs. I would first request our Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Justice, to felicitate the EVGC, Mr. Parvesh. Can we have Mr. Parvesh on stage, please? I request Honorable Mr. Justice Mridul to felicitate Ms. Swati Singh. I would now request our special guest, Ms. Justice Rekha Palli, to felicitate Dr. Shraddha Mishra. I would now request Shri Ashok Kumar, Secretary Education, to felicitate Ms. Deepa Singh. I would now request Shri Amit Yadav, Chairman, NDMC, to present the certificate to Ms. Khushbu Singh. I would now request Honorable the Chief Justice to present the certificate to Ms. Neelam Bisht. I would now request Shri Vinod Kumar, Learned Principal District and Sessions Judge West, to felicitate Mr. Nikhil Chaudhary. I would now request Ms. Barkha Gupta, Learned Officiating Principal District and Sessions Judge Headquarters, to felicitate Ms. Chetna, EVGCs. We thank all the EVGCs for their enthusiastic participation, and we thank the esteemed dignitaries. I now humbly request our guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice Siddharth Mridul, Executive Chairperson, DSLSA, to share his valuable insights with us.
Namaskar, good morning. I'll just correct the introduction that was accorded to me. I'm not a guest, but it's an honor to be here. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the stars of this project, the councillors and the Directorate of Education, without whom this would not have been possible. DALSA, or the Delhi Rajya Vidik Sevai Pradhikaran, has shown a commitment from the inception to ensuring that all the vulnerable sections of society are not just apprised of their rights, but their rights, we facilitate the implementation, the securing of their rights. But before I go to that, all of us know कि बच्चे हमारा भविष्य हैं. मेरे हिसाब से बच्चे हमारा वर्तमान भी हैं. And I quote John F. Kennedy, he said, children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. And that is more, it's truer today than it has been at any time in history. The energy that emanates from Shri Satish Chandra Sharma ji, जो हमारे मुख्य न्यायाधीश हैं, and from Rekha ji and her vivacious self was magnified manifold by the children in their patriotic fervor who performed for us today. And the first presentation was full of patriotic zeal and fervor, which is necessary for all of us. But we tend to forget it as we grow up and are consumed by more pragmatic issues in life. Of course, the Qawwali that was sung, and I am a student of history, and never let go of an opportunity to talk about it, was truly representative of the Yamuna Ganga Tehzeeb that Delhi is famous for. So we are one living being. We are not separate. Anyway, more on that on a more appropriate occasion. Then, of course, the Qawwali itself. If you noticed, the Qawwali included words of Persian, Urdu, and Khadi Boli, Brij Bhasha. And that is the progenitor of Hindustani in India. The intermingling of these three languages. And the principal and the first exponent of that was Amir Khusro. And the Qawwali is by Amir Khusro. And it is the first Sufi Qawwali ever recorded anywhere. It was in praise of Shahbaz, Lal Shahbaz Qalandar, who was one of the subcontinent's most famous Sufis. More on that again on another occasion. I have to move on. We must realize that apart from being our statutory duty as the Delhi Legal Services Authority to secure and apprise children amongst other vulnerable sections of their rights, it is our bounden duty to make them aware of what their rights are. And in this direction, we had a program a couple of years ago, I think a year ago, where we spoke about a good touch, bad touch, and we reached a large number of schools. I'm told in excess of 300 schools. Sir, this was 300 schools. In excess of 300 schools, both run by the Delhi government and the Municipal Corporation of Delhi. I don't know if the NDMC was a part of it, but the NDMC is definitely a part of today's show and shall continue to be a part of this project, this mission henceforth. I promise Mr. Yadav that. And we are grateful to him for having hosted us today. Now, what are we required to do? It's simple. We have to put what is happening to our children and the pressure they are under, how vulnerable they are to everything that happens in the world around them. They have to be made aware and alive to their environment. They're already under tremendous pressure in terms of academics. Even with the onset of technology, I see school kids carrying very heavy loads in their backpacks to school every day. That is necessary, of course, it is necessary. And the pressure that is brought to bear on them to be able to compete at the highest level in every school in Delhi, to be able to secure livelihood in the times to come and to excel, is amplified by their environment. Every day we hear of cases of sexual harassment, sexual abuse. Now, unless we put it on the agenda and we discuss it with them, it is not going to be possible for us to protect them from predators. Now, when we were considering how to go about doing this, one of the thoughts that came to us is that we need a bridge. We need to connect with them so that everything that they ought to know is brought to their notice. And the best solution that we could come up with, and possibly the most appropriate solution, was to speak to the Directorate of Education, and I'm grateful to the Director of Education who's here, and the Secretary of Education who's here, that schools with their principals and with their counselors participated so enthusiastically in this mission. It is only when we educate counselors who are otherwise dealing with wide-ranging subjects in relation to children, it's only when we educate them on the legal framework that's available to children and the opportunities for them to articulate their worst fears and to address issues which otherwise never come to the surface, is to get the counselors to understand what the rights of each and every, inalienable rights of each and every child are. And once we've apprised them of the system in place and the hierarchy of courts and the functions of DALSA and the functions of all the judicial officers and the judicial system as a whole, we are not going to be able to achieve our objective. So we organized this project, Arushi, Umeed ki Kiran. Arushi, a lot has been said about it by Mukesh Gupta, and he's taken the lead with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, along with all my siblings who are seated here, judicial officers, who are also currently seconded to DALSA. And I must tell you, this shows that the judiciary as an institution is not only an instrument of legal change, but it's an instrument of social change and reform as well. And we have repeatedly managed to reach to the very grassroots to apprise people of their rights. This time it was children. And I am happy to report that we've already reached by the trickle down, the permeation principle to, I'm told, over 13 lakh children. Is that correct? Yes. 13 lakh children. Of course, this is just a drop in the ocean. We want every child of a particular age to be alive to his environment, to be alive to what is acceptable in terms of how they interact with people and what is completely unacceptable and intolerable. Sexual abuse, violence, violence can be both psychological, physical, sexual. We don't want any of that to happen, and we will not have it happen under our watch in this city. Children have to be safe and children have to be secure. And today we've enlisted school principals and the counselors to make sure that every child has access to a holding hand and to sage advice in his time of when he's going through a difficult period. I will not say too much because I'm going to be followed by Honorable the Chief Justice, and he's the one who's made all of this possible by empowering me to carry this mission forward. All that I will say is that we must tell children not what to think, but how to think. And that's only going to be possible if we engage in conversations with them on subjects which were hitherto considered taboo on a regular basis in a friendly and straightforward manner. What else can I say? It's Shakespeare said that if it's done, then it's done well if it is done quickly. I expect all of you to show the kind of enthusiasm and energy that was demonstrated before us by the children who performed for us. I am grateful to all of you once again for participating in this mission. And I tell you that this is not the culmination of anything. This is just the beginning. It's an ongoing process. And it won't end till every citizen of this city is educated about their legal rights and informed that we are here to make sure that their rights are secured. If they have any difficulties, we are there to provide free and competent legal aid, and we are there to hold their hand in their hour of need. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Your Lordship, for your enriching and inspiring address and sharing insights from history and our rich heritage. Sir, as you have remarked that you're not a guest, but as the team leader, you have ably supported the institution at every step and provided your mentorship and guidance, for which we remain ever so grateful. मैं आपके साथ कुछ पंक्तियां साझा करना चाहूंगी. बच्चे के आंसू कड़वे होते हैं, उन्हें मीठा करो। एक बच्चे के विचार गहरे हैं, उन्हें शांत करो। बच्चे का दुख तीव्र होता है, उसे ले लो। बच्चे का दिल कोमल होता है, उसे कठोर मत करो। As Honorable Ms. Justice Palli remarked, that counselors are often the first point of contact for many students, and especially students of government schools. Their empathetic and informed approach can make all the difference in the lives of students. To bolster the learnings during the last 1.5 months, we are proud to share that we have collated and compiled the learnings and all the essentials of law that the EVGCs need to know in effectively counseling the children in the form of a handbook which shall be released now. I now request the Honorable Chief Guest and the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to release the handbook. I request you all to have a huge round of applause. The handbook is a result of the dedicated efforts of students of National Law University, Delhi, under the stewardship and guidance of DSLSA, Central and West DLSAs, and encompasses and explains a whole range of laws and acts in a simple, lucid, and easy to understand format. With this, I now humbly request the Honorable Chief Justice, Shri Satish Chandra Sharma, to address the gathering and deliver the presidential address.
Brother Justice Siddharth Mradul, Executive Chairperson, Delhi State Legal Service Authority, Justice Rekha Palli, Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee of High Court, Member Secretary, Delhi State Legal Service Authority, Mr. Amit Yadav, Chairman NDMC, Mr. Himanshu Gupta, Director of Education, Mr. Ashok Kumar, Secretary Education, Government of NCT of Delhi, learned Principal District and Sessions Judges and other judicial officers of the District Judiciary, teachers, dear children, members of the bar, and all other who are in attendance today. I wish you all a very good afternoon. We have assembled to mark the progress of Project Arushi, Umeed ki Kiran, launched by Delhi State Legal Service Authority. The project was aimed to provide efficient and timely counseling to the school-going children through educational and vocational guide counselors. The project was launched in collaboration with District Legal Services Authority of West Central Districts, as well as Directorate of Education of Government of NCT of Delhi. The project is a reflection of our constitutional commitment towards ensuring greater access to justice for children, a class which is considered vulnerable within the Constitution. It is an acknowledgement of the constitutional mandate which prescribes special measures for the empowerment of children. We must acknowledge that the doors of justice cannot be approached by its seekers always. At times, justice has to be served by extending its arms through special measures. The fundamental element lying at the core of a justice delivery system is the awareness of legal and constitutional rights. Awareness is the first step for the enforcement of rights, and when it comes to children, creation of awareness must be a foremost endeavor. This project is conceptualized to achieve that goal. We stand in acknowledgement of the fact that the children often face academic, emotional, and adjustment issues, and at times such issues have socio-legal overtones as well. The counselors involved in this project are playing the role of enablers in achieving constitutional goals by dealing with these legal, socio-legal aspects. The functioning of this project also signifies that better results could be achieved if different institutions come together to achieve a common goal. The involvement of district legal service authorities and the Directorate of Education has played an instrumental role in achieving the goals envisaged by this project. I am hopeful that the project shall continue on its path. Our experiences have taught us that the path towards the achievement of social justice is often a long one, but with a collaborative effort and with appropriate welfare measures in place, the goal can be achieved. Together, we can shape a generation that not only knows its rights, but also its duties. A generation that knows how to contribute towards nation building and strives to do through excellence and knowledge. I congratulate all the stakeholders for efficient working of the project and express my hope that it will continue to evolve in the times to come. I congratulate the young children who participated in that Kavvali, Damadam Maskalanda, as well as that patriotic song. I think this is the right occasion to pay homage to certain brave hearts who lost their life 2 days back. Colonel Manpreet Singh of Rashtriya Rifles, Major Ashish Dongchak, again of Rashtriya Rifles, DSP Humayun Muzammi Bhatt of JNK Police. Those brave hearts fought till last of their breath in JNK. I pay homage to all brave hearts who fought for their motherland till the last breath. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Your Lordship, for your enriching and your moving address. Sir, as the Patron-in-Chief, DSLSA, under your mentorship and guidance, is ceaselessly striving towards realizing its motto of Seva, Samadhan or Samarpan. On this note, I would now like to call upon the brainchild behind the project, Ms. Rishika Srivastav, Secretary, DLSA Central, and Ms. Helifer Kaur, Secretary, DLSA West, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all present. Securing access to justice is a core mandate at the primary level for all legal services institutions. Through our continuous efforts at the grassroots level, we have realized how vulnerable children are and how incidents of childhood can leave an indelible mark on their impressionable minds. With the aim to protect and to nurture childhood, Project Arushi was launched and guidance counselors were imparted training in essential and basic laws. These guidance counselors were chosen not just because they are teachers, but because they are confidants, they are guides, they are mentors, and they are friends of the students. We realize the importance and the challenge of this task, and we know that securing access to justice for all children cannot be accomplished by one person or by one institution alone. It requires the combined dedicated efforts and expertise of various stakeholders and institutions. And Project Arushi Umeed ki Kiran is an example of such collaboration. We feel extremely privileged that we stand here today to deliver this vote of thanks to the institutions and to the inspiring persons who've extended their support in successfully carrying out the first stage of this project. First and foremost, we express our heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, Chief Justice, High Court of Delhi, and Patron-in-Chief, Delhi State Legal Services Authority. Sir, you are the visionary leader from whom we all draw constant inspiration. Your presidential address was insightful, motivating, and it has once again shown us the way forward. We are thankful to you for enlightening us and for always leading by example. It is our good fortune that this ceremony has witnessed your esteemed presence, which has reinvigorated the entire team. Thank you, sir. Sir, we assure you that our efforts shall not stop until the goal of Nyay Sabke Liye, guided by Seva Samadhan Samarpan, is achieved. We take this opportunity to also extend our deepest gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice Siddharth Mridul, Judge, High Court of Delhi, and Executive Chairperson, DSLSA, for his guidance, not just in this project, but for the vision that you have lent to this institution, sir. Sir, we are thankful to you for your unflinching and constant support that you provide to us at each and every step. Your persistent guidance has inspired us to innovate and discover meaningful avenues to educate and empower all the stakeholders and beneficiaries. Sir, your commitment to the cause is known to all, and your presence here today is a great honor for us. We are equally indebted to Honorable Ms. Justice Rekha Palli, Judge, High Court of Delhi, and Chairperson, Juvenile Justice Committee, for not just sparing her time today, but also for guiding us throughout this project. Ma'am, your inspiring and exemplary leadership in the Honorable Juvenile Justice Committee has been instrumental in guiding our efforts and initiatives for children and their rights. This event is indeed an evidence of this guidance. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to Learned Registrar General and Learned Registrar Vigilance, High Court of Delhi, for their presence today and for always encouraging and supporting us.
A very good afternoon to all. We also express gratitude to Learned Principal District and Sessions Judge Headquarters, Shri Narottam Kaushal, though in absentia, and to Learned Principal District and Session Judge West, Shri Vinod Kumar, who are also chairpersons, Central and West DLSs, for always encouraging us to work to our full potential and for lending their support in all times, in all respects. Sirs, we are sincerely thankful to you for reposing faith in us and motivating us to explore new paths. The wheels of the chariot of our thoughts keep going with the strength that we draw from you. Thank you, sir. We are equally thankful to Ms. Barkha Gupta, officiating Principal District and Sessions Judge Headquarters, who has come here today to motivate us with her presence on behalf of Shri Narottam Kaushal, sir. Ma'am, thank you for adding grace to the ceremony with your esteemed presence. Thank you, ma'am. We also express gratitude to Shri Ashok Kumar, Secretary, Department of Education, GNCT of Delhi, to have graced this occasion, which has indeed brought us a sense of assurance that we all are together in protecting our tender children against all odds. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. It means abundance to us. I extend heartfelt gratitude to all Principal District and Sessions Judges, cum Chairpersons DLSs, and other members from judicial fraternity who are present here today and are indeed our constant guides and supporters on ground. Thank you, sirs and ma'ams. I would fail in my duty if I do not thank Shri Mukesh Gupta, sir, Member Secretary DSLSA, who has been at the helm of affairs of this project. Sir, the success of this project is testament of your equity. We owe you gratitude for guiding us at each step and being deeply involved in the execution of this project. Without your support and valuable guidance, this project would not have been possible, sir. I also thank Shri Naveen Gupta, sir, Special Secretary DSLSA, Shri Mridul Gupta, Additional Secretary DSLSA, Shri Abhinav Pandey, Secretary Litigation DSLSA, who have worked on the minutest details of this project, handbook, as well as today's event. Certainly, this project fructified with your efforts, sirs. I must also mention remarkable contribution and teamwork of all our secretaries, DLSs, which gave us the courage to initiate the project and celebrate its first milestone ceremony today. We owe deepest gratitude to Shri Himanshu Gupta, Director, Directorate of Education, who has been instrumental in this project since inception. Without your cooperation and support, this project would not have even started. Thank you for being so responsive and deft throughout the first phase of this project, sir. DSLSA has witnessed your commitment and dedication towards children and their welfare always. We hope that the joint efforts of DSLSA and Directorate of Education shall be a continuing affair. I also thank Dr. Neeraj, Deputy Director Education, EVGCs, who worked as an efficient bridge between DSLSA and Directorate of Education and helped in the seamless implementation of this first phase on the ground. We are also extremely grateful to Shri Amit Yadav, NDMC Chairperson, and his whole team who has been toiling with us to make today's program a success. Thank you, sir. I must not skip to mention valuable contribution of various departments in the successful implementation of this project. I specifically thank Shri Krishan Kumar, Director, Women and Child Development Department, and Dr. Rajesh, Executive Director, Society for Promotion of Youth and Masses, for facilitating visits to observation homes, Nirmal Chaya, and Drug De-Addiction and Rehabilitation Center. We also thank Police Department for making visits to police stations informative and interactive. Thank you. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Anugya Chauhan and Ms. Manisha, trainee Delhi Judicial Services officers, and to the students of National Law University Delhi who assisted us in creating the Handbook of Basic Laws released today. It is equally our duty to thank various other agencies who lent their support in organizing today's program. We are grateful to 5th Delhi Girls Battalion NCC and 4th Battalion Armed Police Division for the Guard of Honor and Police Band. Being a statutory mandate, projects and programs at DSLSA are not a rare activity, but the special ones must be etched in the human and digital memory. And thus, for helping us to do so, we thank media persons present here today to cover this event, as well as the technicians facilitating live streaming of this event. None would disagree, solidarity is strength. Having said that, I would like to thank officials of DSLSA, DLSS, and Directorate of Education who have really worked hard for today's event. We can also not miss out expressing our gratitude to all the logistical teams, vendors, technicians, caretakers, other support staff whose contribution is inevitable for any such event. We also thank Zonal Deputy Directors, Education and Principals of schools present today for attending this event. Your presence gives us confidence of the cascading effect of the imparted knowledge to the EVGCs in the institutions under your control. Last but not the least, we owe special gratitude to EVGCs who were the subjects of this first phase of the project. I must say that their curiosity to learn and positive feedback were a source of energy and motivation for us throughout. We are of firm belief that these counselors shall work as a carrier of knowledge for us and be our limbs in protecting 13 lakh children. On behalf of DSLSA, I would like to urge these counselors to keep the ball of inquisitiveness rolling with the aid of handbook release today. I also thank Shri Naresh Garg, Registrar, and PPS to Honorable Chief Justice. Thank you. I cannot conclude this address without thanking our most important guests of the day to whom this project is dedicated, that is our innocent children. नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है, मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है, चढ़कर गिरना, गिरकर चढ़ना उसे ना अखरता है। अंत में इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं इन बच्चों को विश्वास दिलवाना चाहूँगी कि दिल्ली स्टेट लीगल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटी यानी कि दिलासा दृढ़ इरादों के साथ हमेशा उनके लिए दीवार की तरह खड़ा है। उम्मीद है कि यह दिलासा हमेशा उनके मन में साहस की तरह रहे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, Rishika and Heli. I now request all the esteemed dignitaries, participants, and students to rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जन गण मन
This brings us to the conclusion of the first milestone ceremony. Our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed dignitaries, our guests, EVCGs, the principals, the students for gracing the occasion today and making it a success. I now request the dignitaries to please join us on the second floor for high tea. I would request all the delegates to remain seated till the dignitaries leave the hall.
Thank you. Very well done.
I request the delegates to remain seated till our dignitaries leave the hall.
अब ना हो बंटवारा, यही संकल्प हमारा।